What's up, you misfits? You want to go fight some aliens? Let's go. We're trying to finish up Upper Cathedral. That's what I'm looking for. We're trying to finish up the leftover optional bosses in the main game. We are done with what is required of us in the main game, but we're doing all bosses, even the ones we don't have to. And Bloodborne has twice the number of optional bosses than bosses you have to fight. So it's like, what the fuck, Bloodborne? Do you want us to play your game or do you not? It's kind of like, oh, you can fight all these bosses if you feel like it. So we're doing it all. Last episode we took out Amygdala and got a rune in that area. That went pretty smooth. We had some trouble in Canehurst. I did die to Logarius a couple of times. I don't know, 4 or 5 times total. We got it done though. So we've already been here. We've already got what we wanted. We already opened the shortcut. All we have to do is go fight the first boss. And that is Celestial Emmisary. Or as my friend the Danish Destroyer calls them, Blue Muffins. Which I don't know why, kind of works. Okay, so if you're not familiar, this is a Celestial Emissary. This boss fight kind of sucks. It kind of sucks on any playthrough, in my opinion. It's a little goofy and weird. The idea here is that once you jump down and trigger the boss fight, I don't know how many, I've never counted. Let's say 10. 10 of those people are going to spawn all at once. 9 of them are going to be aggressive, and it's that old trick where 1 is the real boss, and you have to find it. It's pretty easy because the real boss will hang in the back, not attack you, and it's the only one that has a health bar. Or the health of, you know what I'm saying, that the health will drain the, whatever, you guys know what I'm fucking saying. I don't know words. I'm from Finland. So this can be a little tedious because these little guys are chasing you around. They actually do pretty strong damage on most any playthrough if you just stand there and let them do their combos. They have the swatting combo. It's actually very cartoonish and fun, but it'll kill you. And on Blood level 4, it's going to happen quickly. So at some point when the main boss, the one that's the actual boss, is down to a certain percentage of health, he's going to transform into second phase. And what's going to happen is it's going to bow his head down on the ground for a few seconds, no, maybe like 1.5 seconds, it's quick, and he's going to burst. And if you're near him, the burst will knock you over, and he's suddenly going to be 10 times taller than he was, and he's going to stomp around, and his reach is going to be increased by that much, and he has tentacles, and he'll shoot arcane beams at you, and lasers, and all his little bodyguards are still chasing you around. This fight can be a really tough fight on a Blood level 4, but for a dumb reason. It's not like the Orphan of Cause. It's not like Ludwig where there's a challenge to overcome in the traditional sense of like, this is really fucking tough, I gotta get better. This one and the Living Failures I think are the shittiest Blood level 4 fights. But I have a decent strategy for this. It's, you know, other people know it. I didn't invent this. It's just, this is the way, right? This is known. I do sacrifice a beast blood pellet because I have a lot. And I am going to use fire paper. If you're one of those people that wants to tell everyone that plays Bloodborne that you need to use bolt paper, stop it. Just don't. First of all, why are you telling people what they need to do? How do you know? And second of all, let people use what they want. I use fire paper for these motherfuckers, and I use it for Emissary. Or, Ebrietas. See? Nobody died. You're not dead. The world didn't end. I'm allowed to do things differently. Let that be a lesson to you, folks. But anyways, the idea here is to buff your weapon, jump down, try to group as many of those little motherfuckers as you can in a pile. So when you R1, L1, you hit at least 3 of them, hopefully more. That will build some beast meter. You go backwards, you go forwards, you regroup, you do it again. The first mob will be dead, your beast meter will be higher. You do it to the second mob, it leaves a small window with just you and the boss. And there's a pretty cool little trick. You can hit him a little bit, get behind him, and double backstab him, and the fight's over. You don't have to even let him transform. That's the goal. So, like I said, let's buff. Get in there. I'm just jumping down this way to shortcut it. So I'm going to run in, not lock it on. I'm going to get their attention and move backwards. Try to group some of them together. Not the best idea here, but we got 3. At least hit 3, I mean. Now here we go again. Okay, so now it's just me and the boss. Look, 1, 2, he should jump backwards. 3, hurry up, dude. 4. Oh, that sucks. Okay, well, in case it doesn't go good for you, let's die. I was going to just take a bold hunter mark. It's almost better to try this on the second try, because I feel like the little bodyguards group together a hell of a lot easier when they're already spawned. When you do the fight for the very first time, you have to wait for them to rise out of the ground. So on my normal playthroughs, sometimes what I'll do is I'll jump down and activate the fight and just take a Bolt Hunter mark out. Like, you know, not all the time. Like I said, this isn't really the toughest thing in the world, but it can be on a Blood level 4, and especially once that thing is big, because he's just stomping around, you can get surrounded very easily. And it's like, this fight, Celestial Emmisary, has always been a paradox to me, because it's dumb in my opinion, and it's easy, but it's also, you die a lot if you don't know what you're doing, and sometimes anyway. So that means it can't be easy, right? But it still is. So anyways, this is just something that came to me over the years. I don't know where it comes from originally. I do not claim many things as my own, but as you can see, they're already all there, so they will group together a little faster. This might be considered wasteful on a Blood level 4 to use supplies like this, but this fight is so fucking annoying, I'm going to do it as many times as it takes. That's better. You see how they're grouping better? One more. Okay, so me and you, fuckface. 1. That's what I wanted him to do the first time. 2, 3, 4. Gotta hurry up now. Right behind him, charge R2. And the fight's over. That's what we wanted to do the first time. I was not making excuses. I fucked up the first time, fair and square, but like I said, it is easier once they are already spawned, in my opinion. So if you gotta do it twice, if you want to just jump in here and let yourself die the first time and not even buff, so you only buff once and get that strat the next time, great idea. I didn't plan on dying, otherwise I would have done that. So that be that, my friends. And you get a little bit of blood echoes and stuff. And because we are going to fight Ebrietas, the daughter of the cosmos now, I'm going to go clear my blood echoes, because expect to lose them. This fight is somewhat legendary on the Blood level 4. It's tough. I don't think this fight was ever even dreamt of fighting at a low level. It's insane. I'll go over a couple of things once we're there. I guess I didn't really need to do that. Well, I guess we could shoot Ebrietas for fun, right? We don't have to, but... Okay, so, step 1 before you go to Ebrietas is I recommend you put on the Frenzy rune. That's the one we got in the Forbidden Woods. I just want to make sure it's the right one. Yeah. Because she can spit blood at you, and it will cause you physical damage, and your frenzy meter will go up really quickly. Let me get my thoughts together here. I don't care. So yeah, this is my strategy for Ebrietas. I equip that Frenzy rune. That's why I make sure I got it. It helps with getting the Blood Rock, and it helps with Ebrietas, in my opinion. Because when you get frenzied, you've already taken physical damage from the blood hitting you. So you have to heal. But then you have to fumble around for sedatives in your quick items. And you also have to still dodge, and you also have to still think about hitting her or not hitting her, or where she is or what she's doing. It's a lot, in my opinion. So for this fight only, I will put my sedatives up there, so they're somewhat easy to get, and they're not clogging my quick items. Now, this is how you get there. Boom. You're going to have some aliens down here waiting for you. Just beware. You can run past them. We'll kill them. I'll just show you, there's really no strategy. It's 2 enemies, you kill them. It's not the craziest thing in the world. It's the same dumbass ones that were just outside. But this one has the tentacles, so it can arcane blast you. But with the plus 10 weapon, you could pretty much take them out fairly easily. We're going down the elevator. We're going to send it back up, because more than likely we will have to make this run a handful of times. Okay, you can ignore them. So this is the Ebrietas boss room. She's like ROM. She won't activate until you go hit her. I have a few pointers in this fight. Number 1, be aware, if you can, of where you are in this boss fight. Because if you notice, from the start gate to the end, it's very long. To the side, it's very narrow. Ebrietas will constantly, you'll be facing her like this. She'll fly up in the air, and go over there, which forces you to fight in the narrow arena, which can fuck you up. You can get stuck up on these. You can get caught in corners. I don't like it. The second thing is, I normally fight Ebrietas very aggressively to our right. It'll be her left side, and I just take whatever damage if I fuck up my dodging, and I call it a day. Blood level 4, you can't survive that damage, so that's not something I'm going to do. Just like Amygdala and some of these other bosses so far, I'm going to fight mid-range, so I'm far enough away to jump out from the swipes, but close enough to get in and hit her in the head, because I want her to do her head slams. I was going to say I want to bait those, but I'll be honest with you guys, I don't know of any specific tactic to bait them. They kind of just happen and don't happen, and I try to take advantage when they do. If there is some way to bait her doing that attack, please let me know. Because although I have access to the internet, these are the things, when I'm not playing Bloodborne, I don't think about, I never Google. She has 2 phases. Well, I don't know how you look at it. I keep things simple. She's going to be standard when she starts, swiping attacks, charge attacks, and that's that. Once you get her health down, she will start spitting blood and stuff, so I guess that could be phase 2. I don't know. But what I mean is, the last phase, whichever you call it, if it's phase 27 to you, or it's still phase 1, phase B, I don't know, that one is the bitch. That one, she damages you. She's emitting some kind of something that just damages you if you're near her. Her hitboxes change. She becomes very aggressive and moves very quickly. Her charge hitboxes change, and she has a move called the Dive Bomb of Death, which I call it that. She flies up in the air, she dive bombs down and knocks you over with her face, only to lift her whole body just above you and pancake slam you. You can dodge it. It sucks. My strategy is to beat her up in the first phase strategically, safely. At some point, she's going to bow her head while she's powering up to transform into second phase. And at that point, if I get it right, take some practice, I'm going to try to make sure I'm already buffed. So that's my plan. Beat her up a little bit carefully. When she's getting close to where I think after a next couple of hits she's going to transform, I will buff then. Because when she bows her head to power up for second phase, she's sitting still for a few seconds. It allows you time to get this. R1, L1, L1 at least. Maybe one more if you have stamina or you do it right. And if I'm already buffed and have just a little bit of beast meter from those last 2 hits that sent her into the transformation stage, I'm going to do pretty good damage on that. And from there, it's going to be a little bit of luck and a little bit of careful dodging. And that's how I get through it. I try to limit the amount of time she's in second phase to a few seconds. The last thing I want to say, if you're struggling with Ebrietas, is you can dodge the charge. It's not impossible. I remember I read something online a while back that was talking about how the way to survive the charge on Blood Level 4 Ebrietas is to stand still and let her face hit you, because it will take most of your health, but it won't kill you. What kills you is when you try to dodge and get hit with her tentacles. I was like, what? I came in here and tried it, and they're not wrong. You can survive it if you just don't move. There's no counterattack damage, there's nothing. It just takes like 90% of your HP. The trouble with that is I don't like any strategy that involves getting hit. But, you know, credit where credit's due. You can survive, but a lot of times she'll charge you. You'll be laying on the ground here, and you take a second to get up, and she's already in another attack. So you stand up just to die. I didn't like that, but there is something to it. So when you dodge the charge attacks, I'm telling you, I really recommend you stay at mid-range. If you're right in front of her, it's too quick, she's going to kill you. If you're too far away, you don't really need to dodge. You can just do this a couple times and make sure her face doesn't hit you. Mid-range, locked on, you'll see her face scrunch up just before she charges. As soon as you see her face scrunch up, dodge to the left 2 times rapidly, or to the right 2 times rapidly. The key here is making sure you're pressing directly right or directly left. Let me show you what I mean, and then we'll get going. Bear with me here. When you lock on an enemy, you move differently when you dodge. So I'm moving straight backwards, but what I can also do is move backwards and to the right, and backwards and to the left. And in the quick stress of a fight, you will dodge back left, back right. You see, it's different. So when you're strolling backwards and you start to move to the right and dodge, you dodge at a diagonal, backwards and right, or backwards and left. But when you pay attention, you can dodge directly left, directly right, and so on. And it takes 2 of those. So when you see her face scrunch up, you have to be at the right range and go bang, bang, and you should be good. Doesn't always work, but it works 95% of the time. Sometimes my timing is a little screwy, sometimes the camera's a little different. She'll fly up in the air and reposition and immediately do the charge, and I'm like, I don't know, just Bloodborne shit. So let's go. I'm not going to spend any energy or stamina trying to hit her any more than just once to trigger the fight, and I'm going to try to get to the middle of the arena. Roughly, just out in the open is what I'm saying. And I want to keep my eyes open and make sure that I know where I am in this boss fight. You will see her try to reposition me quite a bit. Here we go. Bang, bang. That was really far. It wasn't the best test. See, now I'm spinning her because I want to see that fog door back there so I know where we are. Let's spin her some more. You have to be careful because she will launch into that charge on us when you're spinning her and you're really close to a wall. But now I see the altar, I know I'm end to end where I want to be. Here we go. R1, L1, one more. That's all you're going to get. Go back to mid-range. 1, 2. See? I can unlock on real quick and sneak one on because I'm comfortable with the timing and the rhythm of all that hand juggling, but that's what I do. Sometimes I'll take 2 on her little snail legs, but you have to unlock on quick because you want to be able to free dodge out. Once, twice. Unlock on. Bang, bang, dodge roll out. That's why, because she'll hit you. And she has 2 different tentacle attacks. One is a single tentacle, which you can survive a lot. The other one is 2. So the first one will stagger you, take most of your health. The second one kills you. You never have a chance. So you don't want her to just do this to you until you're against the wall. Once, twice. See? And this changes the entire fight once you learn how to dodge this. It's still tough. It's still hard as fuck on a blood level 4. 1, 2. But at least you're not dying every 5 seconds. But mid-range is the key. You need to allow yourself 1, 2. You need to allow yourself time to move. If she's too close, the timing's different. See, this one I'll just go back a whole bunch. Show you what that looks like. So she's trying to reposition me right now. I just cut her off, so we're still long ways. No. Perfect. R1, L1, L1. Blood spitting. I'm going to take this opportunity to dodge under it and reposition. Listening for the charge, because it makes a specific sound. But we're good. So this is the blood that will damage you physically and also start the frenzy meter build up. Once, twice. Just taking 1. And that's why she usually counters with that. And this one you can hang back, you can actually dodge under it. If you want to go hit her and play it riskier, I might do that eventually. 1, 2. It was a little close, that one. Still worked. Dodge roll out. See, she's trying to reposition me, so I'm going to cut her off. Perfect. Perfect. Because now look, I'm taking a chance, because she's close to that second phase animation. If I get another head slam, we are good. I don't want to really let up because I want to beat her up. Perfect. R1, L1, L1. One more. See what I'm talking about? Careful dodging. Panicky shit. Her head broke, we're good. Okay. Unfortunately, I can't slow it down anymore and talk you through it anymore. It takes too much of my concentration, and I would have to probably do it 25 or 30 tries to get a thorough tutorial as far as that method for me. But once again, we're still on a blood level 4. There's no tricks going on. Those are the runes that I have. I did add the frenzy one. We didn't end up needing it. And then, again, our weapon is the same gems that we've had that we picked up in Mensis. All 3 of them. Well, maybe that first one's the one from the one Reborn, but you know what I mean. These aren't chalice gems. They aren't any kind of nothing. So you can do that. It takes some practice. I didn't come in here and do that on my first try on a blood level 4 the first time I ever did it. What happened was that happened on accident. I was fighting her. I was struggling. It was blood level 4. I eventually just decided to put on the frenzy rune, so if I got hit with the blood, I didn't have to stop it. Like, because sometimes she'll hit you with blood and then slam her head. So you're like, fuck, I have to heal, take a sedative, and I missed hitting her the head on the good head slam. So I was like, okay, frenzy rune will buy me some time. And then from there, I built that strategy, and it comes down to timing. I'm going to do the same thing with Ludwig, and I'm going to try to do the same thing with the Orphan in the DLC. You get a feeling of when they're about to go to second phase, and you buff strategically. The idea is the last few hits you get before they transform, or whatever, you're building beast meter and causing more damage than normal. And that's exactly what happened. She didn't do a second head slam, she did 2 tentacle slams, which allowed me to dodge forward and hit her, whatever. We got some beast meter by the time she bowed her head. We got the R1, L1, L1, and I got one more, because I have the stamina rune. Then I just hung out in front of her. You can't really see her. You have to know this fight. And she did a head slam. So at the right point, I dodged this way. Continue to hit her as long as stamina would let me, keeping an eye on the corners of my screen for what she was doing. I think it was 2 more swipes that you had to just kind of iframe roll. And eventually, you're knocking her health down so much that she staggers a second time. That's what you want. You know she's dead at that point. That's the best strategy I've ever found for her on a blood level 4. I haven't gone searching on the internet. Maybe I'm a fool and everybody on Earth knows that strategy. I don't know. I don't care. There is another one that I saw a Twitch streamer and a YouTuber by the name of Whimsy Psyche do. She did it honestly on accident. It was fucking crazy. Basically what happened in the chaos of the fight, she ended up over here in this little corner. And I was on stream, and to myself, I was like, she dead. This is the worst place to be. Ebrietas was over there and charged, did the charge attack. Whimsy Psyche went back here and escaped out the side and ran for her life, only to turn around and realize Ebrietas was stuck. I'm not kidding. So it's a cheese glitch. I don't care. I mean, whatever you want to call it, if you want to shit on it or not, it fucking worked. And since then, I've seen some other people do that. No shame in your game, dude. Like, just do whatever you think is best. I'm kind of stubborn. I want to fight everything heads up like that, toe to toe, if you will, whatever the fucking word is. And I know I can do that because I've already figured out that thing that I just did for myself. I'll be completely honest with you. If I didn't know what I know to defeat Ebrietas, I would be 98% tempted to get her fucking stuck and just get this done. Because this fight could easily take you hundreds of tries if you're not experienced in in the game of Bloodborne or the Blood Level 4 period. I have a few friends that have done these things and counted their deaths to each boss, and Ebrietas has well exceeded 100 tries easily in some of those cases. So I'm pretty glad we got that like that, because I did not want to already start doing the cut footage at this point in the game. Ebrietas I was a little concerned about. I'm confident in that strategy, but it all depends on what she gives you. So we're going to go back to the dream. We're going to double check that we are done with all optional bosses, so we didn't miss anybody. Like I said, no loose ends. We're moving on to the DLC, my friends, and this is where the real BL4 begins. No, really, from this point, it's going to be a whole new animal. We're underleveled the entire game as it is. But once you get to the DLC, you really feel the pain of it. So let's just do what I do. Give myself a breather. I do not need the Frenzy rune anymore, so I will put back on the other health rune. So that's 2 health, 1 stamina, and the Corruption rune. Are any of you like this, a little OCD? I mean, I know it's a mental condition, like I get it, but these are not being in order was really bothering me. Those 2 need to be 1 and 2, and then, yeah, okay, cool. All is fine in the world now. Now, I don't want any of that. I don't care. I know this seems like a lot. It might be more than we need, but, you know, we're doing it. I still have things to sell. I still have the doll set and all that stuff too. So, 3, what do we do? Let's try, well, I meant to buy more than one of those. I like blood. More blood. Okay, so let's make sure we are done with all bosses in the main game. Alright, we have first floor sick room, central warren. We have Cleric Beast is done. Gascoigne is done. We went into Cathedral Ward. We killed Amelia in the Grand Cathedral. Upper Cathedral Ward was its own lamp. We killed the Emissary and Lumen Flower. We killed Ebrietas at Altar. Old Yarnum was Bloodstarved Beast. That's where we killed her. Graveyard of the Dark Beast was the optional place where we killed Parl and got lightning paper. We are done. The only thing missing from here is the lamp in the abandoned old workshop, I think, because I don't get that on purpose because I want to spawn in Cathedral Ward if my plan goes to shit. So I think that's the one that's missing there, but it's not a boss. Over here we have Witches of Hemwick dead, we have Shadows of Yarnum dead, and we have Rom dead. We have one Reborn here, Logarius here, and those are the only ones here. So I mean, this is weird. I've never understood this about Bloodborne, and I don't think I never Googled. That first tombstone fills up, these ones don't. It makes you think that you missed stuff. So I'm just talking myself. The same here. It's like, huh? But it's just the way it is. I don't know. Okay, then we had Lecture Building. Okay, Nightmare Frontier was Amygdala. There's her chamber. We're done. Mensis was Mikolash and Wet Nurse. We got both of those done. So we are 100% done with the required bosses to progress through the main game and the optional bosses. Of course, excluding Gehrman, him and the Moon Presence will be last. So we are now going to the DLC. Just a refresher, after you defeat Amelia, you get this. The Eye of a Drunk Dude. Don't ask me. It's right here after you defeat Amelia. So you need to pick it up, otherwise you can't go to the DLC. And you're going to Cathedral Ward, our favorite place that we've only been to 8,000 times. Here's another thing, and I don't mean this to be a dick. In order to do the DLC, you have to own the DLC. You might be laughing, but I've had some people ask me, and that comes up. Did you buy it? And they're like, no. So I'm not saying that to make fun of them at all. Like, I'm not even trying to be a funny, smart-ass guy. I just mean, like, literally it's a separate thing. Whether you bought the game or downloaded it on PS Now when it was available or whatever the hell you did, the DLC is separate, and you're going to have to purchase it or download it or do whatever. Otherwise, this won't work. So Cathedral Ward, we have the Drunk Guy's Eyeball. We're going out the left door. Our Nightlight friends are no longer here. Couldn't tell you why. And you might as well pick this up. It's just mostly a duplicate of the other Hunter's outfit that we got in the sewers in Yarnum, but it has a top hat, and you might like that, but I really, really don't. And you just stand still. This thing will grab you. Some lady tells you poetry. Whatever, bro. So we got Emissary and Ebrietas pretty quickly. So what I want to do here, just to finish this video off, is we're going to get into the DLC. I'm going to show you a couple of important things and get to the next lamp. We have to open a shortcut and stuff like that. So this looks just like Cathedral Ward. I really hope you have already played this game and are not doing the DLC for your first time on a Blood Level 4, although that would be fucking awesome. Send me footage. Okay, similar but different to the Cathedral Ward. We have a door we need to open, but there's no optional boss here. We have to do it ourselves. And this place looks like Cathedral Ward mixed with the spores from The Last of Us Part 2. Now up those stairs there is an enemy hunter. They are all over this place. They are pretty tough. There's another one up there just above my head. You see him? Little hat and sun, looking like a cowboy. They're old hunters. They have DLC weapons that'll fuck your shit up. I probably won't fight any ones I don't have to. And be careful, because crawling in this area are a handful of them that have red eyes, and they're very tough. So we are not going back to the running in circles that we did when we first started this Blood Level 4. But there is a little bit, because straight up those stairs, beyond the enemy hunter, is a gate. It's not open, it only opens from the other side. You're surprised, I know. But I want to open that while I'm here, because we are going to have to come back to the very beginning of the DLC to fight the worst boss in this game. And I want that gate open so it makes the boss run 3% less than 100% shit. But for now, we have to go this way. And there are some items here to get. I don't need any of this stuff anymore. So if you're interested in this, I say you could, you know what, go to the Bloodborne wiki or even the Fextra Life, and it'll give you a list of the valuables and collectibles in each level. If there's something you want, get it. The only thing I really want to pick up here is a hat, because my favorite hat is in this level. It's part of the old hunter clothing. I just want the hat. I'm not going to get either of the DLC weapons to sell them. We do not have the stats to wear them. I'm not going to go out of my way in 3 different locations and risk death to get the Constable's set, which is what Valter is wearing. And if you don't know who Valter is, he's the dude with the bucket head that's in the Forbidden Woods in the elevator area. There's going to be blood vials and shit, Molotovs, delayed Molotov cocktails, which to me are useless. I don't use them. I'm not going to pick up any of that. My goal here literally is to not die, pick up a pendant, and my favorite hat. Go open the side door ourselves so the shortcut is done, and then from there, survive and get to the next lamp, and we're done. So coming up here, there's going to be, we already see our friend up there waiting for us, but there's actually 2 of those beast men. I'm going to try to run by all of them. But I want to start running since my stamina is shit once I turn the corner now. Because if you take too long, these beast guys will pin you right between this building right here. So weave right by them and keep moving. Now I want to have full stamina here because we've got 2 dogs to kill. Come on, dog. Oh shit. Alright, that makes it easy. I don't remember what this is, we might as well get it. So let's survey the land. That guy's over there still. There's items down there. There's items down there. There's beastmen. If you look in the corner where that light is, just above my head in the ledge, there's another enemy hunter. There's enemy hunters down here going crazy already. There's one up over here that's going to shoot us. There's more dogs. This place is a fucking nightmare. And this one coming up is the most epic one. I'm going to try to kill him. Watch how weak this is. Yeah, it's terrible. This guy has a really cool weapon that we can't use. Oh, I didn't know I couldn't do that. No one told me the rules, bro. See, it's the same kind of thing. He'll just stagger lock you, and if you try to move backwards, you're dead. So I'm doing terrible here, but it is what it is. The reason I want him dead is because I want to go get my hat and the gate shortcut. Alright. Not the hardest thing in the world, but not necessary to fight. So down here is... This isn't it. This is trousers. I don't need trousers. Here's more crows or ravens. You know, nobody knows. We all agreed on that. And you don't want to die to a fucking crow in the DLC. That's how you open the gate. And my hat that I want is right there. This guy has the other DLC weapon, which looks fucking awesome and wrecks you like a motherfucker, but when you get it, in my opinion, it becomes the worst weapon in the game. It's my literal least favorite. But look it's a fucking whip thing. Should be awesome. Come on, do something, sombrero boy. Alright, not that. Alright, he's in transform mode, he's ready to whip me. Okay, they're not that hard, but the red-eyed ones are worse, and, you know, whatever. But this is my favorite clothing item in the game. We will be wearing it from here on out. Tell your friends. Okay, so from here, we've got the gate open for way later. We know the game. We're planning ahead to make it easier. That's why we're doing this. So, gate is open. It'll be good later. We got our favorite hat, so we're looking better. Those guys are playing a game of dice or something, you don't have to worry about it. But up here's tricky, because there's a gun-shooting enemy hunter right there above my head. And when you run up here, there's a bunch of beastmen and a fireball, so run straight through the middle and don't fucking stop. Go to the left of the fireball and let off. Regain your stamina, and when the torch guy's about at the door, start running again. Trust me on this. To the right of him, at the door, right before it opens, so you can go really close to the side of that Gandalf-looking motherfucker and get in here without getting hit. This is the way, my friends. Now, this may look like Amelia's arena to you because it fucking is. And that may not look like Amelia to you because it fucking isn't. This is Lawrence. He's the worst boss in any video game on this planet or any other. And you have to come here first. It is not time to fight Lawrence. You can't fight him until you pick up a skull underneath an elevator on the other side of the world. What you need to do is pick this up. You're basically stealing his watch. And if you don't do this, you're going to get all the way to the other side of the DLC. You're going to fight one of the hardest fucking bosses there is. You're going to get stuck at an elevator with two enemy hunters that have... One of them has the strongest weapon in the game. And the elevator won't move because you don't have Lawrence's wristwatch to activate it. I know I'm being silly right now, but everything I'm saying is 100% true. Including the way I run through the door and all this bullshit. I'm just having fun, but I'm speaking the truth here. You do not want to find yourself on the other end of the DLC getting dead because you can't activate an elevator and have to come all the way back to the beginning just to steal his wristwatch. So that's step one. We made it through the first part. We got our favorite hat. We now have the wristwatch that'll activate the elevator later. And this is the confusing shit about Bloodborne. If you haven't played it enough or it's been a while, you might not remember this shit. And if you thought we ran around a whole bunch earlier, imagine if you didn't know this crap. Now, I have a general rule. If his health's about half, I'll usually try to kill him. These guys will drop 6 blood vials, but they might take 14 of your blood vials if you try to kill them. They're no joke. They have the super dong power. It's fucking annoying. He's already got the dong going on. He already did the animation. Now, if you're familiar with the other executioners, like the ones we ran into in Hemwick... Oh, damn, that hurt. I thought I could try the parry and dodge, and I was wrong on both. Well, no, I guess I tried the parry. Bitch. I was saying, that was going to be close. If you're familiar with the other executioners, the little ones that are wearing black, and they're kind of like that, just smaller, those are basically reskins. They have very similar movesets. So if you learn how to parry them or dodge them, it's the same thing for the most part. Okay, we are not going back into hell. We are going to this side. Now, this is going to move quick. I know I'm in a goofy mood, but I'm not making stuff up. Like, what I'm saying is what I believe to be the truth. So, like, yes, it's advice wrapped in a little bit of humor. I want to have full health, or full stamina about at the end of this birthing tunnel. And watch what I do. I'm going to run. I'm going to tuck in by the cart just for a second while those bullets go by and dump out and in again. That's how I get through there in one continuous motion. Beware of these black buttons on the ground, because if you look above my head, there's a machine gun like the ones over there. They're activated by a trigger. That guy is standing on a trigger. That guy is standing on a trigger. So don't step on that one or you will die. What I do here is literally roll through it and leave these guys alone. This place is hell. We're here for the boss challenge. We're not here to kill everything under the sun. I run to about here and I watch all these people pile out of the room, and there's an enemy hunter. I try to let the doorway clear and not clog right here so I can get through the gate, into the house, quick right, straight out the door. There is other stuff here, but like I said, I am not worried about any of it. This place is too fucking hard. I don't want to do it. It'll take me forever. We're going this way up the stairs, and now we have 2 more enemy hunters that are shooting guns. There's one. Here's one. Just run. Pray. Have a little bit of understanding. Zig and zag, whoop and whoop, and just keep moving towards this as fast as you can. They will chase you for a while, but they will not chase you all the way. This is Robin Hood, I think, because he has a bow and arrow. His name's Simon, really. It's another side quest. I don't want to do it. Not a quest. It's just an NPC thing that you can talk to and stuff. You'll talk to him in a few locations, but I don't want to do it. Even if you did it correctly and got his bow and arrow, you can't wield it on a blood level 4. And the only item you get from him is a key, which if you ignore him, you get it anyway later. So, you know, whatever. All right, we're not done yet, but now if we die, we can start right here instead of having running through old hunter hell over there. So we're doing all right. All right, don't forget to breathe. So like I said, up there is one piece of the constable's clothing. Over here's another piece. Over there's some parkour. And like, I don't want to do that, dude. So I'm going to kill this thing. I don't mean that insulting. I just don't know what it is. And this place is crawling with those giant ball licker tick things. There's some under the bridge. There's a lot of stuff I'm not collecting. But to me, like I said, dude, I'm not going to do it. I don't need to keep saying that. Where I'm going is into this cave that's above my hat. You're going to encounter one of these ball lickers in that cave. You're either going to be able to run right by it, or it's going to turn around and be running in front of you, and you'll feel like you're chasing it, or it'll start spitting blood at you, or all of that. You may have to kill it is the point. Hey, dude. Yep, see. You don't want to really stand in front of them if you can help it. You also don't want to forget what buttons do attacks. Having a hell of a time here. I knew that was going to happen. It was just going wrong from the beginning. Yeah, those poison you and, you know, that. But it's fine. Because we know that shortcut, it's fine. We're starting right here. If you didn't know that shortcut was there, you're not even done here. You'll have a long fucking run back to where you just died, and it's not even over there, you know? Dirt bikers outside. You guys hear that? Hoodlums, every last one of them. Okay, back through here. Really no loss. I don't care what kind of blood echoes we have. I don't know what kind of blood echoes you get avoiding all the fights in the DLC, but I'm sure we had some. So you don't even need to kill this guy. You can just make a run for it. I was just trying to slow it down for you guys, because this part could be really tough. Alright, I'm tired of this thing killing me and being in my way, and me not remembering which buttons do which as far as transforming weapons. Pretty easy to see. I mean, it rears up before it vomits on you. I don't know what my problem was, but that was just awful, and it never got better. Okay, so we're going through the birthing tunnel again. Where we're going is over there. You see that ladder through the gate? But there's 108 of the world's most aggressive crows and another enemy hunter. And dogs. Over here. Hey, now you see me. Jerk face. Cheating, cheating, cheating. So what I mean about the world's most aggressive crows, watch this. When's the last time you saw a crow aggro from this far away? These things are ridiculous. The enemy hunters are hard enough. You don't need all 108 of them squealing and flying and attacking you. You will die faster than you could say diarrhea. So, I have a... Here's the thing. There's a couple ways to do this. You can make a run for the ladder. You're going to take some damage. You may or may not make it. You are guaranteed going to get shot by the enemy hunter. And he's going to try to whip you with that whippy weapon that I think I told you looks awesome but kind of sucks. If he shoots you and hits you in the bare bottom of your feet as you're almost away, you're going to die. You'll make it sometimes, not others. What I like to do is trigger him. And see, we have super aggressive crows going again. What I'm going to try to do is bait him out of that area and just, you know, go by him to some degree. Okay, he's just going to stand there and watch me run by. I was unsure. But this is what we're doing. We still may get shot, but we should be fine. No, see? It's the easiest thing in the world. Now, side note, if you're one of those people that uses the whirligig saw in a normal playthrough, it is right over there, below me. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can kind of see it, just below me. That over there is another piece of the constable's clothing set. I told you it's broken apart and it's all over this level. We're not getting any of it because it involves jumping down on that wooden beam, going across there. Fuck that. Over here is a red-eyed enemy hunter, and that's the weapon, the beast cutter that guy has right there. That's sitting right over there. Don't want it. I can sell it for a little bit. I can't use it on a BL4. It's not worth it to me. So this is an important part. I'm going to run here and I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to take this ladder. I'm going to jump off the edge and go to the right and keep running and keep running and keep running and pick this up. The reason we did that is because, look, we have that, which is very tough. We struggled to kill the one that had half health in the room where we stole that dude's watch. And we have this one who has a cannon. So you want to run and turn to the right and don't stop. There you go. Now we have a lamp. We are just outside the Ludwig boss fight. There's not enough time to get into that. So I will show you one last thing before this video is done. We accomplished our goals as far as starting the DLC. We got there. All optional bosses in the main game, all mandatory bosses in the main game are done. Our weapon is +10. We have the best runes that I think you can get in this game. We got our favorite hat. Check. We opened the shortcut manually. Check. We made it to the next lamp so we don't have to go ever back there until we fight the world's worst boss at the end. Check. So if you still need stuff or you want to rank up other stuff, there are some bloodstone chunks in your friendly neighborhood bunny rabbits here. But he's going to try to lead you over here. He's one of those dickhead ones. Over there is twin bloodstone shards. Don't ask me why there's those and chunks. I don't know. Look. Enemy hunter, red eyes, very dangerous, terrible area to fight because you can fall off the edge, and that pit down there is full of crows. There are some blood vials down there. I hope you don't need blood vials that bad to need to do that. But if you need money, watch. Just jump off the edge. Don't worry about it. There's no way down. There's no way back up. So we're going to go over here. We're going to watch for falling snails. If you don't believe me, I tell you. And this is the whirligig saw. So if you want it on a normal playthrough, you pick it up now, you finish your BL4, you can upgrade before you go to the new game cycle, or as soon as you go to the new game cycle, you can start with the whirligig saw if you want. You can sell it. That's why I got it. But like I said, there's no way up. We are now trapped. We either go back here where the enemy hunter and all the crows were, and try to run to the two giant hagrids who are now set, which means we don't have the window of them. Nope. I didn't mean to do that. I'm so used to keeping the these there. Yeah. That's what happens. I'm just going to warp back to the lamp. You can sell the whirligig for 15,000. It's not the most money in the world. You get maybe one fire paper, one bolt paper, a handful of blood vials, but every little dollar counts. So that's why I showed you that. There are somewhat, like picking up the hunter, the DLC hunter weapons, they're too tough to get, in my opinion. I don't want to fight multiple enemy hunters, especially the ones with the red eyes, just to pick up a weapon that I can sell for like 3,000 blood echoes. No. So, let's go do that. So go to sell items. Don't be dumb like me. Oh, see? Oh, I don't want to save that. Because look, we have 3 of those. That's 30,000. I had the same dilemma on another video. I'm going to save it until I need money. But what I am going to do is sell this just to get it out of my inventory. I can sell this. This is the one we picked up right before we got transferred to the DLC. Like I told you, I hate top hats. I no longer need this hat because I'm already wearing my favorite hat. And I'll save the rest of this for if I need it. See, the crown is 35,000. The doll set by all together is 35,000. So there's ways to make some good money and keep you going on your BL4. You just have to be smart about it, and you can't be wasting materials, dudes. So that was cool. We got that done. I'm pretty happy with the Ebrietas fight because that one can easily be just shit. I should be good here, right? I just obsessively double check everything. Okay, so we have now officially begun the DLC. Our first boss is going to be Ludwig. It's a fucking nightmare, but it's kind of awesome. But it's still a nightmare, but it's still kind of awesome. Good lord. We'll talk about him in the next one. No big deal. But that's where we're going to start. That's the first boss you have to fight in the DLC. I'm pretty sure that's the first boss that you can fight in the DLC. He's a beast, so fire paper is going to help you to some degree, as will beast pellets, but we don't have an unlimited supply. We're not going into any dungeons to just farm inside or anything. This is all we got. We're living off the land, so I want to use it wisely. Ludwig is tough. In the DLC, we have Ludwig. He's the first one. You can't progress until you fight him. After Ludwig, we need the wristwatch we stole from Lawrence to take an elevator up to the research hall, where we will make our way through a kind of a hellish place and fight the living failures, which is the #1 worst fight in the Blood Level 4 in my opinion. Not because it's difficult or stressful, it's just fucking dumb. It's dumb and it takes fucking forever and it's full of bullshit. But they're gatekeeping because after that is the infamous Lady Maria fight, which is cool. After that, we are going to fight the Orphan of Cause. I am saving Lawrence for last in the DLC. That's the order we're going to do it. So next episode, whether it takes 5 minutes or the entire episode, we are going to be working at defeating Ludwig. This is the point in this series where I think it's going to be impossible for my current skill set to keep one continuous video series going, because it may be 2 episodes of me fighting Ludwig or Orphan. And I don't think anybody cares to watch that over and over. So what I'll probably do is include some of the close calls, some of the funny mistakes, and just keep it to a handful of attempts before we get the victory. But you never know how it's going to go. I plan on dying to every single boss that's left in the DLC more than once, for sure. So, we've had some hiccups in this series, dying to things that I don't even normally die to, but it's all been within reason, 3, 4, 5 tries, and we're back on track. It's not a big time waste. It's not a long-ass video of someone just sucking. It's small glimpses of somebody sucking, and I think we've moved through it okay, but we are officially now in the DLC. Like I said, it's a whole nother animal. Our weapon didn't get any stronger. This is where strategy and understanding and technique is going to be the only way you get through it. So I will see you guys in the next one for the insane screaming horse named Ludwig from the Dirty South. Bye.